My name is Okorebiesien. Former President Buhari is dead at the age of 83. This is no news to many of you. So today, I'm reflecting briefly on the leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari, a man who have left deep imprint in the political history of Nigeria. From the military barracks to occupying the highest office in the land, President Buhari symbolizes discipline, resilience, and national service. Whether you admire him or you question his methods, one thing is clear: President Buhari shaped the conversation around governance, integrity, and national identity. As a military head of state in 1983, his war against indiscipline was controversial, yet after he was overthrown, he remained in the heart of many as a no-nonsense leader. After 3 failed attempts, Buhari finally became president in 2015 with a promise to fight insecurity, tackle corruption, and restore Nigerians' dignity. He succeeded in some areas, but his leadership also faced criticism, rising insecurity, economic hardship, and favoritism. To some, Buhari was a symbol of hope. To others, a missed opportunity, especially infrastructure, agriculture, and social investment programs. Whether you see his cup as half full or half empty, Buhari's leadership teaches us that no leader is perfect and that every leader must fight to leave a footprint in the sand of time. As Nigeria moves today, we reflect on the lives and times of President Muhammadu Buhari. And this leads me to my discussion today. President Buhari is dead and gone. For me, you see, President Buhari, he has two faces. Yes, when I mean two faces, I know now there is the personal lifestyle of Buhari, who so many saw him as somebody who was frugal, somebody who was very contented, somebody who did not, was unmaterialistic. He didn't care how much he had or whatever he did. That was his personal lifestyle. And this is what our fathers, our leaders, those who knew Buhari in the 80s sold to us, the younger generation, in 2015. And they told us Buhari is a disciplinarian, somebody who was coming to fight indiscipline, somebody who was coming to fight corruption. They sold a near perfect leader to Nigerian youth, to Nigerians, and most of us bought into that. We voted for him, we campaigned for him, he voted for him, and he finally won the elections. And when he came into office, we didn't see that disciplinarian. We didn't see that man who was ready to fight corruption. We didn't see that person who was ready to change Nigeria, but we saw somebody who was more of an ethnic bigot. We saw somebody who was more of somebody who wanted to favor a certain group of persons in the country, and somebody who was always not on the know. You hear him say, I'm not aware, and all that. So, but my question is, what really happened? What really changed? The Buhari as a democratically elected president and the Buhari as a military head of state, what changed? For me, democracy changed. For me, the cabal changed. What do I mean by that? As a military head of state, Buhari had all it takes to make Nigeria what he wanted to make Nigeria. What do I mean by that? As a military head of state, all his decisions, all the policies he implemented and all that could almost be single-handedly be his decision, without passing through the administrative bottlenecks of the process of democracy. And when he became president, he could not take those bold stands. He could not do what he wanted to do because of democracy. You know, there was a lot of external influence, a lot of things happened. So we now had the Buhari as a person, his personal image, his personal representation, who he is, and the Buhari as a president. And these were two conflicting sides which Nigerians knew Buhari for. It's unfortunate that we had a president who many saw as an ethnic bigot. We had a president who many saw as somebody who was not strong enough to take that decisive actions or steps to fight insecurity the way we thought he would have fought. Somebody who was not strong enough to ensure that our economy is reduced. Our economic growth the way we were told he was going to do. Under President Muhammadu Buhari for 8 years, Nigerians suffered great hardship, and even the current governments, they are also basking on that hardship of President Muhammadu Buhari. Although it has been stepped up, it has been increased, but they keep telling us that it didn't start now. It started from that if only Buhari had done this, this wouldn't have happened, and all that. So that is where Nigerians see how, for me, I perceive Buhari to be somebody who had opportunity to change Nigeria, but allow the cabal, allow some external factors hijack the government from him. Buhari was not the Buhari they sold to us in 2015. Buhari that ruled for 8 years was a different Buhari in actions and in deed. But when it comes to his personal lifestyle, he was very frugal. He was very contented. He was not. So if you look at his spending, the spending spread that happened during his administration, it contradicts his frugal lifestyle. If you look at the corruption that took place during his administration, it contradicted his contentment lifestyle. If you look at the level of nepotism that took place during Buhari's administration, it contradicted that self-centeredness, that people's person